had a boy, by the way.
Oh, yes.
Okay. I'm going to say he. Let me just announce. I had a boy, by the way, so not many people know that. I keep getting comments like, what did you have? I was like waiting until today. So I had a boy. So every day it's like he changes. Like I always knew that time went by fast. I always knew that, but watching my son now, I know that it goes by even faster than I could have possibly imagined. Every day it changes. Now he's like getting a little fussier when he's getting sleepy, you know, that kind of stuff. But it's like, it's crazy.
Evelyn Lozada just went full mama bear mode on the game after he reportedly dumped her daughter, Shaniece. And honestly, we can't even blame her for going off on him. Word on the street is that the game is about to pull a fast one on Shaniece, as he did with his other baby mamas. Promise them heaven and earth, get them pregnant, and then dump them after they've had his kids. But Evelyn is not about to stand back and let that happen. She went full ballistic on the game, accusing him of taking advantage of her daughter. But here's the catch. Folks are saying Evelyn encouraged her Shaniece to hook up with the game despite how messy it was because she wanted Shaniece to get a bag. Well, I guess Shaniece got the bag, except it also came with a little bundle of joy and the title of third baby mama to a serial baby daddy. Ooh, the drama just keeps getting messier. Girl, the game couldn't even wait for Shaniece to recover from pushing out his child before he started being messy on social media. Anybody's mum would be angry to see their daughter being played with like that. Okay, so for those who don't know, Shaniece recently welcomed her first child, a cute little cherub with blue eyes and a chubby face. But we only knew the baby had arrived because his daddy, the game, posted a picture of him and added the caption, "Beautiful baby boy overload. Blaze Taylor, I love you, son." Fans didn't miss the fact that the game's messy R didn't tag the mother of the baby. Like, if you're so happy to be welcoming your little boy, how come you're not happy about the woman you had the baby with? Evelyn wasn't about to let her daughter get disrespected like that though, so she made her own post with the caption, "This little blue-eyed angel made me a grandma, and I'm forever grateful. You've brought so much joy into my life that words can't even explain. I love you more than anything, Blaze Taylor." Clearly, Evelyn is settling into the granny role really well. As for Shaniece, girl, we don't even know what's going on with her at this point. Word on the street is that her and the game's relationship fell apart months ago, and they've just been keeping up appearances for the sake of their baby. Allegedly, the game was only there for a good time, not a long time, with 2 baby mamas and 3 kids. He probably didn't want any more additions to his family. But then Shaniece came along, and allegedly, she had an agenda from the beginning. Shaniece was apparently only dating the game, who is older than her by like over a decade, because she wanted to get a bag off him. At first, the game didn't clock that was what she was doing, but when he did, he for sure wasn't going to put up with it. I mean, this is the same man that has been on social media making posts like ninjas dating women's bodies and women dating ninjas' pockets. Then you all wonder why the relationship short-lived. Intentions aren't pure, so love can't be developed properly. Then he made another post on Instagram saying, "Staying away from jobless, entitled, high-maintenance women is self-love. Chilly, pushing 50 and still crying over some high-maintenance women is nasty work, especially from someone who has fumbled so many good women and can't keep it in his pants. But it is what it is." Anyway, it didn't take fans long to put 2 and 2 together, and people started speculating that the woman that the game was throwing shade at was none other than Shaniece. See, Shaniece has a bit of a reputation for going after men because of their money. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing bad about getting your bag where you can. But Shaniece has been in some very interesting situations because of wanting to be with a rich man. It just gets to a point where you have to look yourself in the mirror and say, enough is enough. To understand Shaniece's messy love life, let's take a quick trip down memory lane. So back in 2012, Shaniece and singer Sean Kingston were spotted out together, looking like they were having a little romance going on. The following year, Sean was on The Breakfast Club breaking down his love life when he was asked about Shaniece. He was like he saw Shaniece and immediately was like, "I need that." However, whatever was going on between them quickly fizzled out, and Shaniece told Gossip during a January 2013 interview that she and Sean were just really good friends. She also revealed that as far as dating went, she was single but looking to mingle if the man met her conditions, of course.
I like older men for one, and I like gentlemen, and I want them to wear their pants on their hips and, like, you know,
Real classy dude.
In June 2012, just 2 weeks before she turned 19, Shaniece met former English football player Zat Knight, and they started a little something that made people give them the side eye. First of all, Zat was 32 at the time they started dating, so people just couldn't understand what he could possibly be chatting to a 19-year-old for. Then there's the fact that Zat already had a son from a previous relationship, and the son was like 10 years younger than Shaniece. Talk about messy. And don't get me started on the fact that, at the time, Zat was also living all the way over in England, playing for the Bolton Wanderers. During an episode of the Evelyn Lozada reality TV show, Shaniece told her mom, Evelyn, that she was considering moving to England to be with her boo, Zat. Evelyn wasn't on board with this idea, though, and she worried about Shaniece leaving everything she knew to go sit in some old guy's house. Most importantly, Evelyn said she wasn't okay with the idea of Shaniece having to rely on a man for money because she's been there, and it's not a fun place to be.
I know what it's like fully relying on a man for support, and it sucks.
Okay, but what would you do? I think you would go.
You think I would?
Yeah.
Evelyn just couldn't get behind her daughter's decision, but it all worked out in her favor because Shaniece eventually decided not to move. She just wasn't sure if uprooting her life for a man was the next best step. After 3 years of navigating a long-distance relationship, Shaniece still wasn't sure about living with Zat, and she told him this when he made a trip to the US to see her. You know, some days, a girl just wants to have her space without a man lurking around. Eventually, they decided to stop fooling each other and decided to go their separate ways. While Shaniece was having her own romance drama, Evelyn was also getting into her own drama. In 2013, she announced that she and her boyfriend, baseball player Carl Crawford, were expecting a baby. She held her baby shower in February of the following year, and some of her close friends were in attendance, including Shawnee O'Neal and Tiffany Cambridge. So here's where it gets real messy. Tiffany is actually the game's ex-fiancé and baby mama. Between them, there are 2 kids and 4 proposals, so they were locked in when they were together. In 2012, Tiffany and the game co-starred in a VH1 reality show called Marrying the Game, and when the show ended in 2014, their romance also dried up. The game later told Wendy Williams how much he regretted letting her go, saying, "I was a dog. I had infidelity issues and I blew it. It's pretty much my fault because I had a good woman." Anyway, back to Shaniece's love life. In 2018, Usher announced that he was splitting up with his wife, Grace Miguel, after 2 years of marriage and nearly 10 years together. That same year, Page Six reported that 40-year-old Usher and 25-year-old Shaniece were spotted at Diddy's birthday party having a good old time. An insider also reported seeing them leave the party together. However, even after Usher finalized the divorce with his wife, his relationship with Shaniece didn't last long. In fact, Evelyn later jumped in and denied all the rumors of Usher and Shaniece hooking up. Through all this, there were also rumors that Evelyn was the one pushing Shaniece to these men because she wanted her daughter to get into relationships with certain kinds of men. As this person put it, "Is it bad I always felt like Evelyn was promoting or selling her daughter, like as soon as she was freshly 18? I understand being proud of your offspring, but posting multiple videos and photos of your child in a bikini, working out, half naked, like it's all promotion." Fast forward to 2019, and Shaniece was rumored to be having a fling with Diddy's son Justin Combs. The rumors died down pretty quickly though. However, Shaniece started making the news rounds again when she hard launched a new relationship, this time with NFL wide receiver Sterling Shepard. This photo of Shaniece sitting on Shepard's lap went viral, especially because Shepard was still trying to get a divorce from his wife, Chanel Iman. But it was kind of okay, I guess, because Chanel had also moved on with another NFL hottie. Shaniece and Shepard eventually went their separate ways, and Shaniece again sparked dating rumors when she was spotted with the game on Christmas Eve. Given the history between the game and Evelyn's bestie, Tiffany, a lot of people were shocked that Shaniece would even entertain the game, much less start a relationship with him. Evelyn then jumped to her daughter's defense, saying she and Tiffany weren't even that close. Like, what do you mean you weren't that close? And she was at your baby shower, and you guys have been friends for so many years. The mental gymnastics Evelyn was going through just to convince people there was nothing weird about her daughter going out with her friend's baby daddy just proved that the relationship was already pretty deep. And Shaniece confirmed this when she popped out with a baby bump in an Instagram post with the caption, "Another trip around the sun and in my purest birthday suit yet. Oh, and happy Father's Day, baby daddy." Except there was no baby daddy in sight. Shaniece didn't tag anyone or mention anyone in the post, but since she and the game had been spotted together several times already, fans just put 2 and 2 together. The game later confirmed that he was expecting a baby boy, but also didn't mention who the baby mama was.
And then I heard you're expecting kids, twins.
Twins is, yeah, you got to stay off the internet.
Right.
Yeah, I'm expecting one child.
One child.
Yeah.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How do you feel about that? Being...
I think about it in terms of like years, right? Like I'm 44, so when my new child is 21, I'll be 65, right?
Right.
And that seems kind of old until you start thinking about who's 65 now,
Okay.
right? And so when I think about that, I think that like, I don't know how old like Mariah Carey is, but she has to be like 10 years older than me, or
Okay.
Jay-Z or something like that.
Okay.
They got to be almost like, their next big birthday is probably 60. They're
Right.
still out here looking young and looking cool. So it ain't that bad. But I think at the end of the day, it's new life. It's going to be a different parenting experience for when I was younger. So when I was younger, I was still hard-headed in the streets, and like I don't know how I even made it to this point in my life doing the things that I was doing, but I made it. My kids are all fine, smart, straight A students, and good. And so it'll just be interesting to parent at this age.
Between them, they managed to drum up more suspense than a wacky soap opera on TV. But it would later turn out that all this tension was just because Shaniece and the game were not having a good time in the relationship. Allegedly, after the game uncovered Shaniece and Evelyn's plans to pump him like a cash cow, he dumped her and swore to only interact with her when it has to do with their son. But do y'all think the game is overreacting? And do you think Shaniece and her mum really had an agenda? Head over to the comments below and lay it all out. Also, stick around if you want to watch more juicy stories like this.